you didn't really cross
I know.
anybody.
I'm not a villain until
Poked.
You motivate me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna like go around being like scheming, but if you fuck around, I'm gonna have to let you find out.
Right. Welcome to the official House of Villains podcast, where sinners are stars and treachery is a ticket to screen time. I'm your host, Tyson Apostol. Today, we're digging into episode 5, and we're going to spoil it all. So if you haven't watched the episode, watch it first, and then join me back here, because I have the honor of interviewing Queen of the Poker Face herself, Kate Chastain.
Thank you. My name is Kate Chastain, and I think people think I'm a bitch. And actually, I am a bitch. Proud bitch.
Kate Chastain, welcome to the official House of Villains podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Are you?
I am, yeah.
Cool.
Are you excited to talk to me?
Yes.
A little bit?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
You're famous for giving no fucks.
Right.
Where did that come from? Were you born with that? Was that something you always had? Or was there a certain point in your life where you were like, I'm going to stop caring?
Yeah, I think the older I get, the less fucks I have. There was a time when I had some fucks to give,
Okay.
but that was a long time ago. Those fucks are very long gone.
Gave them all away.
I gave them all away quick. There weren't
Okay.
that many to start with.
Is there anything you do to recenter yourself on not giving any fucks, or is it just natural?
No, it's great.
Okay.
It's just naturally. I did have someone tell me once that I was fiercely independent, and I was surprised by that. But
Who was it?
a girl I worked with on a yacht in my 20s, she was
Okay.
from South Africa. She's like, well, you are fiercely independent. I was like, me? Thank you. It was the best compliment ever. But I have always been rebellious. Like, I went to Catholic school and I had the most detentions my senior year. Mostly
Okay.
uniform infractions, but a couple suspensions. I'm rebellious by nature.
Okay. I like it. I can see that. I
Yeah.
can definitely see that. If someone tells you to zig, you zag.
I love to learn the hard way.
Okay.
You tell me not to do something. I'm like, I want to make
Yeah.
sure.
I'm going to learn my own lesson.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. The first day in the House of Villains, you didn't seem excited to be there.
I was horrified.
Why?
Because everybody has such big, larger than life personalities. And that's kind of not how I have found my success in
Okay.
reality TV. I'm more of a confessional person, a more sarcastic person, a more sit back and judge. So I wasn't even sure if it was a good fit for me to be in the house. I was like, I have made a humongous mistake. We had Plain, we had New York, we had Sandoval. It was just a lot. Ashley was naked pretty much. I was like,
She was fully naked.
she was naked with rhinestones. I was like, oh my gosh. I was nervous about being there.
Okay. What ultimately made you decide to be there?
Revenge.
Revenge?
What made me decide to be there in the first place was money,
Okay.
because it was also a great motivator.
Yes.
I love money and I love revenge.
It's pretty great.
So I went for money, and then people started nominating me. I was like, well, now I've got to stay for revenge.
Yeah. You had a little beef with New York early on.
I did?
Well, you introduced yourself to her and asked her name.
How you doing?
Very well. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Don't hold your hand out.
I've been here 5 minutes, and I've already offended New York.
I have manners. I don't know. Do you want me to call you Tiffany? Do you want me to call you New York? And frankly,
Well, she seemed upset that you didn't know who she was,
Right.
is what her idea was.
frankly,
Uh-huh.
I think that looks worse for her. Like, to assume that everyone should know who you are, like, it's just rude.
Well, I think so too. I think Jackie came in with that same energy where she told everyone to Google her.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason I put her on the hit list first, was that energy of just assuming people knew who everyone was.
Yeah, even if obviously I knew who New York was, but I just was going by general manners. And
Yeah.
also, I was one of the last ones to arrive. Everybody was already laughing and talking and picked their rooms. I was just trying to, like, extend my hand, and it was very awkward.
Yeah, I don't think it looked bad on you in any scenario, but I did want to talk about how she chirped back at you, but then immediately your roommate's with her, and you're even eating sardines together.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
I
You're a boat person. You like sardines?
No, I found out I do not. I don't mind an anchovy, like a cured.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I love a Caesar salad, but I wasn't prepared for the texture of the sardines.
Yeah.
I felt like a seal, like you see them at. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
shut. I couldn't get it down.
I'm sorry, I did the sound.
I love sushi, but it is not good to me. I tried.
Just one.
I don't even think I was able to finish it. I was like, nope.
And did she do the secret recipe with the mustard on it or whatever?
It's no secret. She was having it every night. Crackers and sardines and mustard. And I mean.
But you had it with mustard.
I was being, supportive and open to trying new things.
Okay.
But hold on. So you're telling me.
Yes.
You could never eat a sardine, but you could eat. How many things have you eaten that are gross on Survivor, for example?
Survivor, there's a limit for me, and I would, like, if there was a competition, like, do or die,
right?
Sure, I'm going to try the sardines. Survivor, they once had pig intestine with bile still in it.
That is ridiculous.
Have you ever driven past a pig farm and smelled that smell?
No. Bacon?
Pig shit.
Oh.
That's
disgusting.
Was stuck to my face for a week, the smell.
Okay. Oh
and
my
so,
goodness.
And I couldn't get it down. I kept vomiting just at the smell alone.
Have you ever had testicles, like bull testicles?
I haven't.
I feel like I'd like them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you a testicle fan?
I like meatballs. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I like meatballs, but it's chewy. I think they'd be good.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love oysters. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just am always like wondering if I do these crazy shows and there's like a challenge. I'm like, I wonder if there'll be testicles.
That's one of your motivating factors.
Money, revenge, and testicles.
Okay. You heard it here first. Let's get into episode 5, AKA The Rise of Supervillain Kate.
Okay.
There's a silly moment where Drita, does she look at she like gives me the up and down. Does she look at my crotch or not? Do you remember that?
I'm sorry. I do love testicles, but I was not tracking that. I don't think she liked you.
I don't think she liked me either, but she did definitely break eye contact and look down my body.
When? What were you wearing?
Check it out.
You do wear tight pants.
It's gonna be very, very interesting to see who wins it.
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
The next supervillain's gonna be a real important one.
Why did you look at me and then down at my crotch and then back up at my face?
Definitely did not do that. The next supervillain.
Nothing makes it more awkward than calling it out.
I know. That's why I wanted to do it, especially with Drita, because I knew she didn't like me.
No, I think that's what you were doing. You were actually looking for a reason to poke
Needle her a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm no stranger to the needle.
Right. Same.
We get this moment with Johnny and Ashley strategizing specifically against you.
Cute.
Like, how sweet was that to watch that back knowing that you got the best of them?
Let's watch it.
Honestly, I think we've taken out anybody that could take a chance at winning, possibly Kate.
Well, that's the one person I don't want winning this shit.
I mean, I don't think she's got to speed up much when it comes to physical. She's a 45-year-old.
Kate is a threat because she's a smart girl. I can see that there's always something going on in her head, and I don't like that.
I certainly was not a threat, and I had always been friendly to them, so I'm not sure at what point they decided that I was the next target for them, because I was really lovely to them, actually. But I could tell a very big change in their demeanor towards me, so I knew that alliances had formed.
That is interesting you say that, because now that I'm looking back, you didn't really cross anybody.
I'm not a villain until you
poked.
You motivate me.
Yeah.
Listen, F around and find out, which
it's a famous saying. You can actually say the whole word on here.
Yeah, no, I love fuck around and find out. They're about to find out. They fucked around, they're going to find out.
Yes.
But also I'm lazy. I like lounging. So I'm not going to go around being scheming, but if you fuck around, I'm going to have to let you find out.
Right. I come to you in that episode and am like, can we work together? Is there something we can do? You're in your bedroom and you immediately, without even blinking, say, I'm going to sabotage the next supervillain challenge so that one of us can win and we can target the orange room. Was there a reason that you were so open to just throwing that challenge?
Hold on. Tom told me in the cars on the way there, hey, because I was in an alliance with you and Tom now in my mind,
Yes.
one of your fake ones. And, but I was just happy to have some kind of alliance. My roommate wasn't aligning with me. Every room seemed to be an alliance, which I thought didn't you think that was weird? Like it was so obvious?
I mean, but it's the most natural because you're there with them the whole time. It's like forced.
So we should just change the show to Battle of the Bedrooms. Like,
You
but
could.
there were other sliding alliances.
You could make everybody sleep in the same room.
Oh God.
No.
Listen, it doesn't. I mean, I just was surprised that all these like competitive gamers from Big Brother and Survivor and The Challenge, I thought they would be like a little more creative than just, okay, roommates,
Yeah. You get lazy because going over it's a hard line to be like, hey, I'm in your room again.
Everybody has their different styles.
Yeah.
But so I also love sabotaging a mission because I hate missions. I hate being forced to do exercise and physical things or gross things for money that's not guaranteed. I'm just like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
If the money's guaranteed, I'd have to know how much, and I'd still be like, I'm good, probably.
Okay.
But like to do all this stuff and it's not even guaranteed, and to like basically you're helping somebody else win the money with your
Right.
participation. I'm like, not that into it. So I'm always looking for a reason to sabotage a mission. I love it.
Okay. So that was your motivating factor.
I like to be an agent of chaos.
No strategy whatsoever to throwing it?
Listen, I mean, I've made it to every single finals of Traders.
Yeah.
My strategy is no strategy. You have to be fluid and reactive. I just, day to day, my priorities are revenge and as little physical exertion as possible.
Okay. Because
At all times.
as someone who comes from a gaming background on
Right.
TV, and looking back on this episode, I think it's brilliant to not win supervillain. Like for you to say, if sabotaging would have worked out, if everybody wasn't as terrible as they were, then you have no blood on your hands.
If I'm being honest, I didn't realize until later on that being supervillain is actually horrible.
Yeah. Because you have to draw a
But
line.
now everybody hates you.
Some people hate you, not everybody.
The morons hate you, which in this case was everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was me from week one.
I mean, you did a good job. In week one, who cares? Like, people got over it.
Yeah, I minimized it a little bit, but still, I took it as brilliant gameplay, whether
thank
you
you.
luck-boxed your way into it or whatever. It was
Thank you.
brilliant. Like, avoid being supervillain.
Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, I wish I could take credit for that strategy. I was really just trying to avoid physical activity. And I could say, like, oh, no, it's strategy. But really, I just didn't really try that hard.
I still want to give you props for it.
Listen, it's all, is it strategy? It kind of all is,
And maybe it's subconscious. Like, you don't even know how
Yeah.
brilliant you are.
Boston Rob told me once on a podcast that I was a gamer after he watched me on Traders. I was
Yeah.
like, I am? He's like, you are. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I am.
We had a conversation like that in the house as well.
I actually am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
think-
I'm a pretty good one.
I think you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just manipulation, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, but there is a balance between what everyone needs from you. Like, some people need to be held really tight. Some people need some
Oh.
arm's length. Some people
What
need...
did I need?
You needed space.
Yes.
You definitely needed space, but
Yes.
but like I still had to have conversations with you.
You would be a great politician. You were really, door to door. Thank you for your vote. Are we still good? Like, you were working the people,
Yeah, but
maintaining. Do I have your vote? Okay, man of the people.
but when I watched that episode, I could tell when I was lying to people because I purposely maintain even more eye contact.
I thought you were just creepy.
No,
I mean,
it's just me like, okay, if I shift, she's going to know that I'm not telling the truth. So I have to lock eyes the whole time because I'm so afraid of shifting
and looking
down
at somebody's crotch.
and looking at someone's crotch and then them knowing that I'm lying.
Do you think maybe that's why Drita looked down, not because she was interested in your crotch, but because she was lying? Perhaps,
Yeah, it could,
Okay.
or it could be both.
Okay, yeah, true.
Let's talk about the Battle Royale challenge in all its glory.
Yeah,
Set on the most evil place on earth, a child's birthday party,
right.
little bounce house. They had the piñata, all of that. And your team is Paul and Ashley.
Yeah.
And you have a line, and I'm just going to read the line
Okay.
outright. There's no way I'm putting a ball gag in my mouth in front of people. I'm a lady, which
Yes.
the fans want to know. in the privacy of your own home, how many ball gags do you have?
You know, I like to think of myself as fun enough naturally that I don't need props. You
Okay.
know, I don't like gimmicks. Like, I don't need help to have a good time.
So no ball gags. So you're anti-ball gag all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally am. I mean, I am lazy, but like, I'm not going to put on special outfits. Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Ashley and Christine,
Yeah.
they seem pretty comfortable.
Ashley was immediately on
I
it.
wish
she
she had kept
wanted
it-
to.
I wish she had kept it on the rest of the season. I was like, can we take these home? She needs it. I bet Paul and Johnny would have loved that. They're like, we're taking this to go.
I mean, to be honest, Paul could use a ball gag too.
Oh God, I bet he has one. I bet he has a couple. It's very leather and spikes, and he's probably like vintage and old, and got it from a pirate ship or something.
Yeah,
he's like,
an
this
old
is
leather
He's like, this
sheepskin.
is an actual pirate's ball.
The
Yeah.
first ball gag ever made.
Mhm.
How painful was it to keep trying to lose
I
and
have
not being able to?
Never.
Is that frustrating?
I'm like, what the heck? I was trying so hard, but I also I would have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to go any slower. Ashley is freaking out because she can
kind of feel.
I wasn't doing my best, but you know, this is a problem I face often in life, that my 10% trying is still better than most people's 100%. You know, Tom Sandoval was really trying.
Did you see all of that happening?
No,
while
but
you
I
were...
heard people were like, oh, God, he really was upset.
What the fuck, man? I wanted to win this challenge so bad. It was so frustrating. I was fucking killing it. This fucking scroll.
So, I mean, I'm used to it that like even my bare minimum usually excels.
And then what was going through your head as you finally decided, like, it's just time to cross the finish line? I can't slow us
Well,
down
then
anymore.
there's something happened where I was like looking around at everybody like freaking out and trying so hard. I'm like, I was like, wait a second. I'm not even sure if I trust Tyson and Tom. Okay, let's try and win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you did.
And then I did.
And the prize was another challenge.
And the prize, which God has a wicked sense of humor. Of course, the one challenge, the girl who hates challenges, tries to lose them on purpose. I win, and they're like, guess what, you win. I'm like, what? The worst thing ever, another challenge.
Well, I was going to say a ball gag, because
And
then
a
they
ball
made you
gag.
put the ball gag, the eye mask, and the
I know.
earphones on.
They sure did. And that's when my dignity really just left.
That's the moment?
Yes. I was like, well, okay, well, here we are. I'm putting the ball gag in, and I might as well try a little in this bouncy house with Paul and Ashley from the challenge. Like,
Yeah.
that was not what I was expecting or hoping for. That was not on my vision board. That was not on my vision board.
Let me ask you about Ashley. Are you threatened by her as a challenge person in challenges? Like, when you went into this, were you looking at her like this is a competition, or
I mean,
tell me?
I never felt like there was a competition between Ashley and I. The only thing that I will say is that those challenge people are like trained fight animals. Like, she's been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Once they see, oh, it's a challenge, like they have been doing this for so long that they like get really intense and would probably stop at nothing to win, where I would stop at nothing to not even do it.
Right.
I would like to just stop at nothing is what I would like to do.
Just not
And
participate.
I would like to stop
Yeah.
at nothing, and she would stop at nothing to win.
Okay.
But I still beat her.
Is that challenge energy the same as Survivor energy, the same as Big Brother energy, or is there different energies amongst?
Yeah. So when I was in Trader's Castle, we had
Yeah.
a lot of time to chat, you know, and it was so fascinating to me how there really are different personality types and energies from each universe. The Survivor people are definitely cooler than the Big Brother people.
I agree. I agree with that.
It's kind of like the high school cafeteria, right? You got the jocks,
Uh-huh.
you've got the band people, you got the drama people, you got the math team, you got the cheerleader, you got the different vibes of people. And so Big Brother is the drama table, I would say, the drama nerds.
Yeah.
And Survivors are more like, they're more like the athletes, but like not the football team.
Not the cool.
They're like maybe the soccer team.
Yeah. I think the Big Brother energy I feel like they're trained to be extra boisterous to the camera. There's a moment when Paul gets really loud in a confessional, and you hear the producer be like, "I'm right here. You don't have to
So
yell."
funny. Listen, I love Paul. He reminds me of like every little sidekick you would see in a Disney movie.
There's me.
I've not. Was it a pirate? And
Yeah.
Peter Pan or something?
Yes.
But he's just that little like funny comedic relief because he's like kind of not that tall, but he's also funny and he's big personality. He's like a cartoon character. He's just so great.
Now we have to talk about you as supervillain. You take your role as gracefully as you do a rented swan boat to an LA pond.
Right.
How did you like being supervillain?
You know, I'm known on Below Deck as being the one in charge, and I know that with great power comes great responsibility. And I know.
Did you make that quote up?
I just did. I read it in a fortune cookie at lunch.
That's incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wears the supervillain crown,
Amen.
blah, blah, blah. So I'm used to being in a power position, and, you know, do I want the responsibility? No. But do I like the power? Yes. It's a thing of balance.
You didn't seem to enjoy everyone coming to kiss your ass. Did you like that, or did it get a little annoying?
No, I definitely did not love people coming to kiss my ass because I know it's fake. I hate inauthentic anything.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've been good at reality TV is because I'm authentic to a fault. Is
it a fault?
It hasn't been so far.
Okay.
But I don't kiss ass, and I can tell when people are kissing my ass, I think, and I don't love it.
Right. And even then, you did the iconic supervillain office hours.
Right.
How did that come together? Did you just like direct all the production team to build this out for you?
Yes. I love creative revenge, and I also love lounging. Okay. If I could I love a lounge chair. I love room service, hotels, and bed. I love being horizontal. Horizontal life is the goal, which is the opposite of challenges. You know, I hate them. I want to be lounging.
A challenge where you're just lounging.
Right. So I created one, I guess, where I just like, well, I guess if I have to talk to these people who are being fake and don't realize they're in the find out stage of their lives here in this house, I'm not leaving bed.
Right.
That was how I decided. So one at a time, you can come to me. I'm not coming to you. I'm not campaigning. These are the hours. Make an appointment.
Did you have all the creative insight for the red light, the clapper, all of that?
I
Was that
definitely
you?
wanted it to be very like Scarface inspired.
Ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt ominous.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who made the best case in there? Like, did anybody thrive in that office hours, or did everybody kind of shit the bed?
Christine was so wacky that she made me laugh. So
Okay.
I was like, okay. Johnny is actually surprisingly well-spoken, and his speech was compelling.
Why surprising?
Well, because I had some conversations with him in the house leading up to that, and they weren't as compelling.
Right.
But I mean, I also tricked them into voting, and he fell for it, which was great.
Yeah, that was chef's kiss.
It was brilliant and genius. I will hand it to you.
Yeah.
You did not fall for it.
I didn't, but you also let me off easy because you asked me to do it once and then we kind of forgot about it.
Hey, I'm not trying to force anything. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it out there because if I was
Yeah.
like, you need to do it, it would call more attention to it.
Right. And then I'd be
Gamer.
more.
Yeah.
Because
was like, okay, no, you don't want to? No worries. No worries.
In the supervillain office hours, are there any moments we didn't see on camera that you really loved?
I wonder if people will notice that I specifically requested oranges in a bowl because for two reasons. One, I'm from Florida. So I was like, hometown shout out. I love a theme. But also, it's a thing in the mafia movies that oranges represented like that somebody was about to die.
Oh, really?
And so I was kind of playing with the oranges. It was kind of like, I was trying to bring art direction, some symbolic metaphors to the show.
Well, now we have to rewatch the episode.
So it's not an Easter egg, it's an orange, and it's an orange means murder. And I knew I was in charge of sending somebody home.
I want to know the relationship with a Bravo person. If I'm on Bravo and we find ourselves on the same show, like what is the unspoken rule there?
Well, like I mentioned with in the Traitors Castle, we have Survivor people, Big Brother people. It's kind of like the Olympics. Every country has like they represent. So while I might not be doing the same sport as Tom in the Bravo world, we're all representing Bravo. So there
Right.
is like in a world like House of Villains where you can't trust anybody, that's the only thing you can kind of lean towards.
It's a natural line right when you walk in.
It's a bare minimum. Like, okay, well, at least I know that.
Yeah. Okay. So would you like, if you're on Traders or something, would you take a little, would it be exciting if a Bravo person won over Survivor, or would that not matter to
absolutely.
you?
That was always the goal, especially when I went back the second time. My goal, especially because I went back mid-season, I didn't
Yeah.
really feel like it was going to be fair for me to win on my own because I only did half the season. Like, as a viewer, I wouldn't want the person that came in halfway through to win all the money. I'm like, wait, they didn't even compete the whole time. I wanted to, if I was going to win, I wanted to win with a Bravo person. I kept saying, let's take it home for Daddy Andy. We're going to take this Bravo girls. So I became a trader. And when Phaedra recruited me, I think that was largely because of our Bravo. We're like a family. I'm like
Right.
a cousin. So she brought it up a Bravo girl, fellow Bravo person. And then when she left, I was like, don't leave me, my fellow Bravo person. Yeah, they're obviously.
Next up, the hit list nominations.
Mhm.
Kate, what was going through your heart, your mind, your soul?
Revenge.
Just revenge.
Listen, everybody in this house is untrustworthy because there can only be one winner. So, like,
Right.
whatever. Did it really matter to me who I nominated? Kind of, because I just wanted to keep myself from being nominated in the future because I don't want to depend on winning missions, which I don't like doing, to stay in this house. So I thought by nominating the people that had nominated me the last hit list, I would set an example and say, if you nominate me,
Yeah.
I will nominate you. Figuring that people, that would cross their mind when they were a supervillain and be like, well, Kate might nominate us if she wins. So, I just trying to keep that at a minimum. Yeah.
Right. And that's gamer play is numbers game.
Yeah, sure.
How sweet was the reveal to the three in the orange room that you had played them all in the office hours? Was that extra tasty?
It was so great because they had been so rude to me in the house. Here's what happens when people join an alliance and
Yeah.
they get so bold, they forget to even hide
Yeah.
their arrogance.
Yes.
Because in their mind, they've already decided that they're sending me home. So they weren't even hiding or pretending.
They believe they have the numbers,
Yeah.
and no matter what they
and
do,
so
they're good.
It was, as I said at the beginning of this podcast, I love a creative revenge. So this was like very swift, instant karma, and it was creative, and I loved it.
It came so fast.
It's my favorite hobby.
Yeah.
And it's just like some people like to play pickleball. Some people like
Sure.
to do Sudoku. I love creative revenge, but the problem is I have to wait for somebody to give me a reason.
So you spend a lot of time lounging, waiting for that
I lounge,
moment.
and then if somebody gives me a reason,
Rise up.
yeah, it's exciting.
Ashley
Rise up.
came for you so hard.
Yeah, I know.
I have a list of things she said.
Bless her heart.
Smart as well as cunty.
Oh, thank you. Wait, what? Okay, she's obsessed with me.
Stupid.
Okay.
Those are contradictory a little bit. Not a physical challenge because she's 45 years old.
I mean, I did beat her, so.
So cunty brilliance or decrepit moron?
Well, considering where I was sitting and where she was sitting, I think we can all realize that maybe it was her ego talking,
Yeah.
I don't think it was accurate and, bless her heart.
I think she was firing insults because she was...
On the hit list?
Yes.
And after she had been so sure that I would be on the hit list, yeah, I'm sure she was embarrassed.
Yeah.
She didn't handle the ego blow very well.
All right, Kate, I have something really important to ask you.
Yes.
I think in our relationship, we're at this point
Of course.
where you can teach me how to make a dick out of a towel. Would you?
I would love to. I would love to. And this is a very full circle moment because the rocket ship shaped blanket was my first example to the world of creative revenge.
Yes.
It was a revenge that was creative and I loved it. I had never done it before. I was just inspired.
Well, this will be the exclamation point on that moment.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get to it.
that is.
It's beautiful.
I know.
Thank you so much for teaching us that. All the viewers at home now, you can make your own dicks on your beds to your heart's content. Thank you so much, Kate, for being here and for taking the time.
My pleasure.
I love you.
I love you too.
That'll do it for this week. Make sure to watch episode 6 of House of Villains only on Peacock next Thursday. And catch a new episode of the official House of Villains podcast dropping after every TV episode on Peacock or next day on YouTube. Or listen and click follow wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Follow us on social @Peacock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and make sure to keep your ball gags clean.